and fearless. Here's everything you need to know this rush hour of June 24, Monday. I'm Riza Diaz. Jump-starting this week's rush with the latest on the weather. A low-pressure area which may intensify into a tropical depression has entered the Philippine area of responsibility. But the question is, will this finally bring the rain that we need? To answer that, joining us live from Pag-asa is weather forecaster Benny Estareja. Good morning, Benny. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, Ms. Riza, and to all our viewers.
Benny, where is the LPA as of the moment, and is it already affecting the country?
As of 3 in the morning, the low-pressure area is inside the Philippine area of responsibility, and that's around 595 kilometers northeast of Borongan, Eastern Samar. It's not directly affecting the country, but the trough of the low-pressure area is currently affecting large parts of the country. Over here in Luzon, we have Bicol Region, Mimaropa, Calabar Zone, and even Metro Manila, the whole of Visayas, and over Mindanao, the Caraga and Davao region.
Benny, last night we experienced rain here in Metro Manila. Was that a localized thunderstorm, or is that already the effect of the LPA?
Based on our satellite animation, there's a huge blob or a huge chunk of clouds over here in southern Luzon, including Metro Manila, and that's caused by the trough of the low-pressure area.
Will this LPA intensify into a tropical depression, perhaps?
Yesterday, there's a low chance of this low-pressure area to turn into a tropical depression, around 10 to 20%. But for now, we have around medium chance, that's 40 to 50%. So we're continuously monitoring this low-pressure area.
Do we expect it, Benny, to make landfall? And perhaps will this intensify also the habagat?
In terms of landfall, there's a low chance that this low-pressure area will make a landfall. The closest it could get is over here, the eastern part of extreme northern Luzon. And based on its north-northwest direction. And in terms of the habagat intensification, there's a possibility that it may intensify habagat. Actually, for now and tomorrow, there's a possibility over here in Mimaropa as well as Visayas. And over Wednesday up until Saturday, there's a chance of intensification of habagat over Luzon.
Okay, so for the rest of the country, would you say that the weather is going to be rainy as well?
Over here in Luzon and Visayas, mainly we're going to expect some cloudy skies with scattered to widespread rain showers and thunderstorms for the next few days. But over here in Mindanao, especially over the eastern part, there's a chance that they will not be affected by the trough of the low-pressure area.
Benny, other than this LPA, is there any other weather disturbance in Pag-asa that we are looking in right now?
Based on our latest satellite animation, we have another circulation that's being monitored at the moment, and that's a bit far. It's somewhere in the south of Micronesia, and we're focusing for now over here the low-pressure area inside our PAR.
Benny, it's a week exactly before July. How many tropical cyclones are we expecting in the next coming month?
For July, we are expecting 2 or 3 tropical cyclones, as well as in August. But for September, we're expecting up to 4 tropical cyclones.
All right. Thank you very much. That was Benny Estareja reporting live from Pag-asa. Now, we all want rain for our water supply, but is Metro Manila ready for the flooding that comes with it? Gerald de la Peña with a report.
This creek is cleaned almost every week in anticipation of the heavy rains now that the monsoon season is officially in. But all sorts of trash just keep coming, and this could clog the MMDA's pumping stations. The pumping stations are meant to flush out excess water from almost 700 kilometers of open waterways going to Manila Bay. The MMDA admits it's impossible for Metro Manila to be flood-free when the typhoons come in.
Just to manage the expectations of the public, ang sa amin ho, may baha pa rin. Pero ang gusto ho namin, mag-subside ng mas mabilis. At least 5 minutes kung kakayanin. Kahit na tuloy-tuloy yung clearing operations natin sa mga esteros, bumabalik din yung mga plastic, same old na mga basura, araw-araw na kinakaharap po ng Metro Manila.
The biggest challenge for the MMDA and local government units are still the informal settlers living along the river banks who won't listen to pleas to stop throwing trash into the waterways.
Ang problema, minsan, sige, nagsasalita sila sa okay po. Sabi na okay. Pero nandiyan pa rin yung mga basurahan. Hindi na natin alam kung sino ba yung nagtatapon.
Relocation of informal settlers, like the transfer of residents of Estero de Magdalena to Cavite, is in the hands of the national government. The MMDA said the best it can do now is to ensure that all of its over 50 pumping stations are working, as well as to continue its cleanup of the open waterways. For News 5, Gerard de la Peña. We are One News.
Meanwhile, here are the biggest stories from the dailies. Vice President Leni Robredo was the highest Filipino official to visit the distressed crew of the FB Gemver. Pag-asa or Pangmasa reports that Robredo made the visit shortly after Secretaries Manny Piñol and Alcusi went to inspect and provide assistance to the fishermen. Now, aside from talking to the crew members, Robredo also gave them 50,000 pesos in aid coming from a partner agency of her office. Now, at least 38 persons are testing positive for HIV per day. That's according to the Department of Health. DOH Undersecretary Eric Domingo tells the Filipino Star ngayon that 32 HIV cases per day were recorded in 2018 alone. That's more alarming, he says, or what's more alarming, he says, is the rising number of younger individuals affected by the disease. The Health Department is urging everyone to get tested. And this from the Philippine Star. Bongga, kilig, pandesal, those are just some of the Filipino words that are now part of the growing English language. That's after the Oxford English Dictionary added these words to its third and current edition. Now, to celebrate this, the OED held an event at the Philippine Embassy in London, which was attended by Philippine Ambassador to the UK, Antonio Lagdameo. A 14-wheeler truck sank into the ground in Manila after carrying more than 20 tons of sand. Jen Calimon with the report.
News 5 witnessed the MMDA and the DPWH extracting sand loaded inside this 14-wheeler truck that sank into the ground at Remedios Corner Rojas Boulevard in Manila on Sunday. The truck came all the way from Porac, Pampanga, and was supposed to deliver sand to Manila Bay as part of its rehabilitation. But the truck was not able to follow its usual route in Rojas Boulevard after the road was closed due to a marathon on the same day.
Hindi po kami pinadaan sa Rojas Boulevard po kasi tapos po umikot po kami, humanap po kami ng daan. Hanggang dito po kami napadpad, bumagsak lang po, hindi namin po alam na bumagsak po yung dump box namin sa Greenwich pala po yun. Na wala man pong parang espalto lang po na manipis yung pagkakagawa.
The DPWH explained that it wasn't a sinkhole. The road was damaged because its capacity was only 20 tons, but the truck was carrying double that weight. The department also insisted that the road wasn't made of substandard materials. However, it admitted that the road was already 50 years old.
Itong Remedios, para lang yan doon sa mga light vehicle, hindi naman talaga para sa truck. Okay. Kasi hindi to truck route. So bumigay yung ating double barrel box culvert. Dapat ang driver alam niya yung dapat daanan niya. Kung alam talaga nung driver na bawal dyan dumaan, hindi naman sila talaga dapat dumaan dyan kasi meron naman sila mga designated area.
On the other hand, the Manila District Traffic Enforcement Unit is blaming the truck's driver for the incident.
Nakabantay po, nakapokus po yung mga kapulisan ko doon sa closure natin dahil doon po sa nagaganap na Manila Marathon nga po kaninang madaling araw po. Wala po nagbantay kanina? Siguro po ma'am, pero may nagbabantay ma'am yan, hindi po nagpapabaya ang kapulisan dyan. Nagpapalusot yan ma'am kung saan po dumadaan yan ma'am. Siguro nagmamadali sila para makapunta ron sa patutunguhan nila.
The removal of the truck proved to be a challenge for the authorities. They had to use a boom truck to safely take the vehicle out. This resulted in heavy traffic along the northbound lane of Rojas Boulevard. It took them about 12 hours to successfully remove the truck from the road. Now, Remedios Street will be temporarily closed to motorists and pedestrians, while the DPWH works to cover the hole that the truck left.
Lahat po ngayon ng ginagawa ng DPWH, meron po kami mga design criteria. So, pag ginawa natin yan, sinisigurado natin na tatagal siya ng more than 50 years.
Meanwhile, the truck driver is now under custody of the Manila Traffic and Parking Bureau, where he may possibly face charges of reckless imprudence resulting in damage to government properties. Reporting for News 5, Jen Calimon, we are One News.
The Department of Information and Communications Technology is proposing a tallying machine that will make counting of the votes more transparent in the 2022 presidential elections. Patricia Mangune has the report.
To make the elections more transparent, the Department of Information and Communications Technology is proposing a new concept, a vote tallying machine or VTM. The DICT explained that at the end of the election day, the VTM will scan each ballot with its camera, project the ballot on a screen, and compare it with the automated tallies. The Board of Election Inspectors will then verify if the votes match. The VTM also has a QR code reader that will verify if the ballot is fake or not. When all the ballots have been validated through the confirmation switches, the VTM will then print the election returns and transmit the data online to the servers of the Commission on Elections.
So it's not really a hybrid. It is automating the counting portion of our election and doing it, the count, in a very transparent manner. Hindi mo na isusubo yung ballot mo sa VCM. Ihuhulog mo muna. Ito kasing bilis nitong VCM, pero ang the only difference ay the public, no? Pwede nilang makita yung actual counting ng machine.
It will also recognize the QR code for authentication of the ballot. So first, it will capture the image, then process it, and then recognize all the markings.
So while it's scanned,
then it projects.
DICT also asks the government to revise the automated elections code to allow first-time Filipino-made voting machines.
Na Pilipino na dapat ang gagawa ng ating eleksyon. Hindi na tayo dapat mag-depend sa Smartmatic. Hindi natin magawa yung VCM, yung ginawa ng Smartmatic in 3 years before the 2022. Pero pwede natin lahat ng components na nasa loob ng VCM yan, pwede natin mabili on shelf.
To ensure proper voting, the DICT also proposed new designs for ballots, which provides limited spaces to be filled out only with the required number of candidates per category. One is the freehand ballot, which requires writing the names of the candidates manually. Second is the barcode ballot, which uses stickers for chosen candidates. And the scholastic exam ballot, which requires shading of ovals of chosen candidates. The DICT says the VCMs purchased from Venezuelan firm Smartmatic can still be used for this type of ballot.
Dito, wala kang overvoting kasi 12 lang yung pwede mong shadean. Kinakuha nga namin sa Smartmatic na pwede pa rin gamitin doon sa isang option na nagsishade ka, no? Pero yung ballot na yon ay President, isa lang ang slot na pwede mong shadean.
The DICT and the COMELEC will demonstrate the VTM prototype on July 15 in front of prospective tech providers. For News 5, Patricia Mangune, we are One News.
No nap time for President Duterte during the ASEAN summit. There, he urged to fast-track work on regional trade deals and had time to hold talks on maritime territories. Jenny Dongon has the story.
The 34th ASEAN Summit in Bangkok, Thailand kicked off with a crossover handshake among various heads of state. There, Summit Chairman Thailand Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha urged top leaders to unite in facing regional and international threats such as the ongoing trade war between US and China.
The second benefit for our peoples is greater prosperity. The winds of protectionism that are battering the multilateral trading system remind us that we must hang on even stronger to one another. So we must reaffirm our determination to conclude the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership, or RCEP, negotiations this year. RCEP will be the largest free trade area in the world and can cushion any impacts from the ongoing trade conflict between some of ASEAN's key trading partners.
President Duterte likewise made the same appeal during the plenary session of the conference, urging ASEAN member countries to strengthen rules in a multilateral trading system. Duterte also urged the US and China to wrap up their trade war, since it is already impacting global growth. ASEAN leaders are now targeting to finish the framework for the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership, or RCEP, before the year ends.
For RCEP, there is a higher benchmark, which is about 90 to 92% inclusion. In other words, more products hopefully will be included that will allow greater market access to these countries participating in RCEP. It is precisely the reality right now that's happening because of this trade tension between US and China that compel the ASEAN countries as well as the RCEP participating countries to really fast track the RCEP so that at least in this part of the world, in the we will have this regional free trade agreement that can still improve the trading within the region.
Leaders of ASEAN member states agreed to fast-track work in the Code of Conduct in the South China Sea amid tensions in the area over multiple territorial claims. This comes after the elision between a Chinese vessel and a Filipino fishing boat in Recto Bank last June 9. Duterte meanwhile thanked the Vietnam crew for rescuing the Filipino fishermen after their boat got hit by the Chinese. The president also met with Indonesian President Joko Widodo to discuss the country's exclusive economic zones, or EEZ. Pala says the two leaders were able to clarify maritime boundaries between the Philippines and Indonesia in the Mindanao and Celebes Seas. Under the 1982 United Nations Convention of the Law of the Sea, both parties are entitled to a 200 nautical mile exclusive economic zone, although these boundaries between Philippines and Indonesia overlap in the southern section of the Philippine Sea. The new agreement between the two countries on the EEZ is expected to take effect this year. After the ASEAN summit, President Duterte also made it to a point to attend the 13th Brunei, Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines East ASEAN Growth Summit. For News 5, Johnny Dongon, We Are One News.
And that's how the day is shaping up to be. Join us again next time for another round of Rush. I'm Riza Diaz. We are One News.